Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. All right, this little experiment has gone on long enough. I'm probably not going to continue doing updates for this, only because it's been successful. I mean, how much further do I need to go? So this is, to remind you guys, the Rex Begonia leaf that had a long petiole, and I made slits up that petiole, up that leaf stem, to see if I would continue to get more plants as it propagates. And I had cut off the bottom plant that had grown up, had grown out of the bottom of the petiole. I planted that up in some acrylic yarn. That one's doing great. And it has another one growing at the bottom now, the new section. Now what I did notice is some of, not all, let me see if I can hold this more steady for you. Some of the cuts that I made, you can see, are starting to grow new plants. Let me see if I can do this in a better way. Like right there, that's one of the cuts. It's got a little plant growing there. A little bit of something growing there. But it looks like the very bottom has one plant, and the next cut up that I made has another. You can see there are two plants forming, one at the very end of the petiole and one at the cut I made right above it. So, as far as I'm concerned, this experiment is a success. If I continue with this just from what we have today, I will have created one that we took off, 2, second one at the bottom, 3, the one next up, and possibly 4 and 5 with those 2 cuts up there. So that's just from the stem. Nothing has come up on the actual surface of the leaf. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep this in water culture. So I'm gonna let it grow as many plants as it wants out of those cuts, even if it wants to grow some off of the top surface. That leaf is just part of the baby at the bottom, as you can see. So I'm just gonna keep this in water culture and let it continue to propagate as many babies as it wants. But I'm not necessarily going to keep doing updates each time there's something to either show or remove, only because it's obvious this single leaf has been holding on and making babies like crazy. All right. So, and let me tell you, the water culture has done really, really well for Rex begonias. And, you know, the acrylic yarn works really well too for me. I'm not going to lie, but keeping them just in water, wow, so much easier. As long as you keep that water clean once every, I don't even change them every week. The water I change, I top it off every week, but I change it every 2 to 3 weeks. So figure that one out. But so they do extremely well in water culture as long as you keep the water clean. Nutrients, very, very mild nutrients. And I use Maxi Grow as my nutrient because these are foliage plants primarily. Of course they bloom, but I don't grow them for the flowers. I grow them because of the beautiful leaf coloring. So there you have it. I'm going to do another video shortly about an update to the water culture plants that I have. Yeah, so there you go. And if you have any questions on how I did this experiment or what I'm planning on doing, I'll definitely keep you up to date on that if anything changes. But for now, I'm going to keep these in water culture, keep them growing nicely under lights, LED lights, daylight, screw-in incandescent LEDs. And that's it, because they do well. So don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to be notified, and I will see you in the next video. Look at those roots.